Okay. Good afternoon, Geetha. Thank you for joining us in this special parenting series talk we do. And we're excited to have you here. I got to know about you from a common friend. She spoke
Mhm.
very highly of you, the way you have raised your child. And I know you work a lot around, you advocate a lot for autism. You're doing a lot of active work. You're working on your book. You
Yeah.
write a lot of blogs, especially when it comes to insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So, those are some topics that we will touch upon. I have a list of certain questions that I've prepared, also based on our conversation with parents that we have had in the past. And,
Okay.
if we can do a mix of Hindi and English, then that's very, very good. A lot of people, but if we can't, we can stick to English. Whatever is easy for you, as long as we're able to communicate what we want to communicate. So,
All right.
let's start, Geeta. Let's start by you giving an introduction about yourself first.
Okay. Great. So as she said, I'm Geetha. Sorry about my voice. I had ice cream few days back and it's gone off. So I have a 15-year-old son. His name is Om. He is very good in swimming. And when he was young, he was like a tornado. He would be very hyper, but he is much, much calmer now. I wouldn't say normal because the normal, what the public says is different from the normal that we call normal. So, yes, so he's 15 years, he's very compliant, and he interns in a bakery in the school, professional bakery. And after 18, I would want him to pursue whatever he likes. So, what we are as parents have decided is when he was diagnosed with autism, it took us 2 years to understand what was autism. It was not easy for us, even though we are from a educated family background. So after that, what I decided was at 18, when he turns 18, he should be independent from dawn to dusk. When he gets up, going to bed, he should be completely independent. Like be it cooking, be it doing the laundry, be it shopping, everything. So initially, as we started teaching currency, now we moved to digital currency because the future is science and technology. And I'm sure everybody speaks about gluten free, casein free, clean food, healthy diet, and all of that. I'm not even going to touch upon that because I'm sure all are experienced parents here. So what I want to talk to about is making use of the technology and science going forward. That's what I'm doing with my son.
Mm-hmm.
So sure you all have kids in different age groups. So what I would suggest is keep a dedicated phone, a smartphone with just a WhatsApp in it, and save just 4 or 5 numbers who the child is very fond of. It could be the class teacher, it could be a caretaker, it could be a speech therapist, it could be anybody, like a trusted person the child likes to interact with, even if the child is non-verbal. So, like it could be grandparents. In Om's case, he has 13 numbers stored on his phone.
So
Few are
let's do one thing, Geeta. Let me take you back in time a bit because
okay.
let me give you some background of most of the parents that you see on the screen today,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot in the community of Ayurved have children between the age group of 3 to 10. Most of
Okay.
them, I would say.
All right. All
There
right.
are many, of course,
Okay.
older than that. The reason I find this extremely interesting getting you on board is they are looking up to you because you have ridden this path with some
Yeah.
techniques, with some effort, some falters, some successes, and we will touch upon those. But I want to take you to the
Okay.
beginning, maybe
So
for a while.
we'll pause this topic then.
Ah,
Okay, fine.
and I have these questions lined up. So as we move gradually. So going back, Geeta, so you have very beautifully described your journey with your son as one filled with therapies, supplements, swimming, farming, and a lot of endless learning that you've done with him.
Yeah.
Now, looking back, what has been some of the most transformative lessons that this journey taught you as a mother or as a parent?
All right. See, initially I used to do a lot of tabletop activities because that's what the speech therapist and occupational therapist teaches you, and you observe and you start doing it. But my son used to get he used to get bored, bugged, irritated, and repeating the same thing over and over and again. They can't communicate. They get frustration levels goes up. So what I started doing is, for example, if I have to teach half and full or say loose and tight, whatever the simple opposites or verbs or nouns that you want to teach your child, I started embedding it practically. Like, for example, from the age of 4, he started folding clothes, but it used to be messy. Okay, so every day he will dry the clothes. So when he's drying the clothes, I will just prompt him saying, "This is red shorts. Whose is it? Daddy's. This is yellow underwear. Whose is it? Om's. This is whatever, the gown. This is mama's. The dupatta is mama's." Like that. So gradually he learned colors through that. He learned the different types of clothes, the categories like pants, shirt, shorts. Whose is it? And then again, large, which is big, which is small. So what I would suggest is instead of sitting on tabletop, of course, tabletop is important. Flashcards are important. That is like vocabulary building, but use it practically because the child grasps it faster.
Mm.
If you sit in on tabletop and teach 10 times, if you do it practically, within 4 or 5 times, they grasp it. He may not be able to tell it. Please don't force him.
Mm.
Just keep injecting the vocabulary into his mind. And when the child is prepared, he will speak. My son started speaking at the age of 6. Oh, I mean, need-based communication. Now also it's need-based communication. We've moved on to typing and communication and all of that. And but since we have a younger age group, let me speak to what how my journey was. Then I started involving him in cooking. So what I would do is cut a big piece, cut a thin piece, cut a long piece. You get these blunt knives on Amazon. So get those knives, and they love to do pretend play. They love to do like they may not have imagination as other children, but that's where you can bring teach your mathematics, you can teach your English, you can teach all your opposites. Everything comes into your day to day life. So I would suggest start doing that. That helped my son a lot in learning a whole lot of things.
Yeah. I'll just connect to that question because I know that farming plays a big role in your life. Now, I want to go a little bit deeper there because, as far as what I've researched and read and spoken to neurodiverse teenagers, I
Mm-hmm.
know that they love to be out in nature.
Yes,
How
yes.
has this connection helped
Okay.
or supported your son's growth and your own emotional grounding?
Okay. See, we stay in Bangalore. We live in an independent house, but ours is just a 900 square feet house. And like I said, he was a tornado when he was born. Like from the time he started crawling, he was super hyper, like a hyper rocket. So we needed space and OT, all the OT setups, if you see, are indoor and little bit of outdoor. At least in Bangalore, it's like that. It's all contained environment. I wanted him to explore. So what we did was instead of investing on anything else, we saved up our money and we bought a farmland next to Bangalore. And we started taking him there. There he started climbing trees. He started playing with the soil, and he started planting seeds. I mean, sowing seeds. So all the natural activities, and that helped to like weekends he'll be calm. Weekdays he will be more hyper. So I could see the difference. So what we started is his future is going to be in the farm. So let me make him a little farmer. So what I started is simple things. Go plug the red tomato because there'll be green tomato, the raw, the red tomato. Again, that's where the learning comes. See, somewhere I've lost the innocence of a mother, to be frank. I've become a therapist, like
Yeah, yeah,
inbuilt in me. But then I don't make it obvious sitting on a table, sitting with a book and a pen. And instead of making it very studious, I make it naturally, like a playful way as part of your daily routine.
yeah, yeah.
So that's how it is. So I mean, I'm sure not everybody will have a farmland, but I'm sure you'll have a
I
balcony.
think the takeaway for me, and that is something I would like to emphasize to every parent, because I don't know, Geeta, if you know that we also do these empowerment sessions where we train the parent to become
Mm,
a therapist for their child.
yes,
There is an
yes,
online therapy program that we run, and the whole genesis of the program is this, that there is no better therapist than the parent. So
absolutely.
you're absolutely right that even till today, you are the therapist and you have found the knack in the tricks. And that's
Yes,
exactly what we want every parent to know, because behaviors will come and go, but in the end, you have to be in control of that. You
yes.
need,
And one key ingredient for the child is sunlight.
yeah,
Please give them ample sunlight because all the special schools, all the therapy centers are usually indoors. Very little outdoor play they get, unlike the regular children who have their PE period, they go out, they go for tennis and things like that. So I would suggest please give your child an hour of sunlight, like not harsh,
yeah,
but the mild sunlight. Sunlight plays a very, very big role.
yeah. I actually was about to touch on that question that, your world and Om's world is divided between Bangalore and the village farm that
Yes.
you've got. So, how do these two environments influence his well being emotionally and mentally?
Okay, when we are on the farm, he is more calmer. He listens to the sound of nature. It's more silent. There is no traffic noise. There's no chaos. But he also misses Swiggy order. He misses restaurants. He misses theater and popcorn. So as a child, he needs both. You can't just confine him to a single space. So weekends we are in the farm. Holidays we are in the farm. Weekdays we are here. And when I'm here on weekdays, every day is a day outing. So one day we go to the supermarket, like I know all the supermarkets and they all the neighborhood supermarket, the cashiers are friendly with home. I've introduced them. So during like some dry holidays, like dry public holidays, I take him in the afternoons where there is no footfall in the supermarket and I make him choose what he wants. And now he writes and goes. So, for example, if you have a 7-year-old or a 4-year-old, I'm sure you all have avas of nowadays we have digital phones. Just take a photo of an apple. Next to the apple, write two. Take a photograph of the soap you use, write one next to that. Show it to the child, prompt him,
Yeah.
and let him pick it up from the shelf. Let him scan, let him take a sweet time. Don't say do fast, somebody's behind you, so do it in a hurry. Don't give him the time, let him do it. And now Om can write his list as things get over. He can write, he can go shop and come.
Wow. Wow.
But yes, he can't handle the currency yet. Now it's gone moved to digital, so it's easier for me too. I haven't taught him. Otherwise, he'll drain my credit card.
Mm.
So except for the currency bit, he is able to do everything. So I would suggest like Mondays keep it supermarkets. Tuesdays
Mm.
go to a roadside this tender coconut wala. Ask him to choose. Take a big one or take the small one. Wednesdays go to like a cafe. So, like, take them to different places. Avoid junk. That is my like basic mantra. Avoid junk.
Yeah.
No sugar, no maida.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, let's go a little bit deeper here because I'm loving this activities of daily living that
Yes,
you're working on basically, and your reinforcement has not stopped. Even today, when you're taking him to a coconut wala, you're saying pick the big one or the small one. So again, big and small is happening.
yes,
So there is
yes.
that reinforcement, there's that learning, plus there's that independent transaction. Just walk
Absolutely.
me through it. So let's say, like you rightly said, I think this is an excellent takeaway that do something on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Again, the child has no surprises. He knows what's going to happen on Monday, then on
Yes,
Tuesday, Wednesday.
yes,
He's building relationships. He's getting way more confident.
yes.
What more? So just go back in time, Geeta, and tell me that, when he was 3, 4, you were doing this, then maybe he was 6, 7, you were doing this, around 8, 9, you're doing this. It's
Mhm.
like a lot of parents who watch this that maybe they'll follow your path.
Okay,
And
so
parents, I just want to say, just because Geeta's son was able to do it does not mean your son will do it at the same pace at the same time.
no,
But I think these are very beautiful hacks, which
it takes months. It
takes
sometimes
months and they work on the core. The core is the child should not get surprised or overwhelmed. And I think she's very beautifully cracked those things. So, yes, Geeta, over to you.
Okay, so for Om, he has a lot of sensory issues. He used to have, and he still has. And haircut was a big nightmare for us.
Mm,
There are many salons, he's broken the mirrors. Like he would take whatever is next to him and he'll just throw. Then
mm,
I walked back and saw what was bothering him. Then I realized it's the cloth that they wrap him with because he's not able to see his hands. So, which means he is threatened, he's frightened, he's scared, he gets anxious, he gets paranoid. So, what I did was I got him back home. I thought, okay, fine, let me first make him get used to it. So, what I used to do is every day after school, before after school, he comes and has a shower. Before shower, I'll put one bed sheet around him and put a knot behind and keep his hands inside. He got irritated, so I let him take his hands out of the cloth and give him a clay. So he used to play with the clay. So 1 week I did only that, 1 week or 2 week. I forgot the time frame. This was like ages back for me, a decade back.
yeah.
And then what I did the next week onwards, I started having a small spray bottle. So I will just do one spray and take it off. Before he could scream, before he could jump on me and bite me, he was like really a terror that time. So I will just do one snip and I'll say, hey, great, you handled that. That's it. Undo the bed sheet and he can go for the shower.
Mm,
Then slowly from the spray, I started with one snip, just one snip, not more than that. Never get greedy. Oh, today he sat for one snip. Let me do 3 or 4. Please
mm.
don't do your child. Patience is the key here. So just do one snip, continue for a week, then do two snips. You will know, like the child will, the way the child reciprocates, you will know. And now he can sit through his beard trimming, he can sit through his mush trimming, he can sit through his haircut in a proper salon, in a
At
local
what
barber.
age, Geeta? What age were you doing this training for him?
This I started really early. I think I started at around 4.5, 5.
So parents, if you have a child, and I know this is very common, haircut is common, nail filing, nail cutting, nail trimming is common.
Okay.
Please listen, this is excellent advice.
Okay, so this is how I overcame the haircut. Now I can even send him with my driver. He goes, gets a haircut, and comes back.
Right.
Only thing is, once he comes back, I have to give him a balloon packet. That's fine.
Yeah.
He's independent because after us, they need these are basic grooming skills that they need to know. Then when it came to nail cutting is something I achieved only during COVID when he was around 12 or 13 years old because I was scared to give him the nail cutter, to be frank. So nail cutting, what we started is first I started giving him a nail cutter, and I asked him to nip all the leaves in the farm, like paper or leaves or whatever. So he got the mechanism of handling it with his right hand.
Mm.
Once that was achieved, I started giving it in his left hand because you need to coordinate your left hand to cut your right hand nails, right? And left is a little difficult for most kids. So with the left hand, he started cutting the paper, leaves, whatever comes. So once he got the rhythm of both the hands, then I started with the toenails first. But that time, I let him grow the nails for almost 3 weeks. So it was big enough.
Mm.
And I think I remember giving it to, making him cut my toenails first.
Mm.
Sorry, my toenails first, then my fingernails. Yes, he did like nip me here and there. I bled. I'm not denying all that, but he gradually gained confidence. But I didn't react. Even if he went and cut my cuticle or whatever, I didn't react. I said, "Great, good job, you're getting it." Then slowly I moved on to his toenails, and slowly I moved on to his fingernails. And it took me the entire COVID, I would say 2, 3 years it took. And now he can, every Sunday, he knows he has to cut his nails.
Excellent. So that again is in the calendar. No surprises for him. Sundays he can do it.
Every Sunday is nail cutting.
Can you go back in time and tell me that when were you happily or when was Om okay that you were cutting his nails? Was he always okay with that?
Before this COVID time, you're saying? Oh,
When he
he
was
used
young, because that also I've heard that a
to,
lot of
okay. He was very difficult. Four people used to handle him.
mm,
Both the legs, both the hands. He used to bite, he used to punch, he used to pull our hair. It was very difficult.
oh,
And I would say I handled him the wrong way. I didn't have the education to handle him the right way. I didn't know to pacify him. I didn't know the tricks and nuances that time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm very glad that you're bringing this up. That I mean, that's the only thing that I tell parents or my senior these therapists tell that it is about you to get empowered, educated, trained.
There is no scripture that we have to follow. It's all
Yeah,
trial and error. Each child is different.
yeah.
So this reminds me, I want to bring up another important point. In 2020, Om was diagnosed with pneumonia, and that was the first time. He's a very healthy baby. He swims in the rain, in the ocean, and he never falls sick. So, and autism children are generally healthy, except for few percentage who have seizures, correct? So Om doesn't have seizure. He's a generally healthy boy. So health is something I never thought of. But once he got an attack of pneumonia, he was admitted in the hospital and they had to put the IV here at the elbow, I
Mm.
mean, base
Yeah.
of the elbow. And it took almost some 7, 8 nurses to like put him down, like make him lie down and put that, and he wouldn't keep it. They had to put so many tapes and all of that. That's when I realized how crucial is it that he has to get used to injections. So after I got back, same like the haircut, what I started doing was every weekend I will take a small needle, like a safety pin or your thread and needle. And what I will do is let's play doctor. You're going to the doctor. This is the hospital. It was like a pretend play that I did with him.
Got it.
Sorry, a minute. No farm home, no farm. So what I started doing is I'll do a little prick, like not like just a little prick. And I
Mm.
will say, oh, great. And he loves balloons, so I'll give him one balloon. He takes two pricks, he gets two balloons, whatever be the reinforcer. Sometimes he loves to play with balloons because of the sensory needs. I made use of that as a learning tool. I
Yeah,
use the reinforcer to teach him the most difficult things. So
yeah.
it's fine if he plays with balloon. Even now at 15, he plays with balloon. But I'm fine because if guests are there, I give him few balloons. He can entertain himself for 2, 3 hours. It's better than gadgets. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
It may not be age appropriate, but
Yes,
I
yes.
think they also need their sensory needs, which
Yeah.
we can't curb
Calm
it.
down with. Yeah, yeah. Once again, this is something that I remember our very senior pediatric occupational therapist, Dr. Namita, saying that every reinforcement will work differently for different children. So
Yes.
balloon
Yes.
is working for Om, may not work for someone else. Maybe it's going to be a book or a rubber band or something else. So you have parents, I think you have to figure out what is the reinforcer for your child, but you have to take the reins in your hand. That is what I have learned, and I think Geetha is a
Mhm.
big example of it.
Yeah.
I want to take you back a little bit to you, Geeta. This is for you and this is for parents. Nothing to do with children. That
Mm-hmm.
this is about your self-care. Now, in most of the families, Geeta, it is typically one parent. And in
Mm.
most of the cases, it is mostly the mother. But
Yes.
definitely one of the parents, clearly one of the parents putting in
Yeah.
more effort. So, from your experience, that how can that individual, how can that one parent cater to their own emotional needs while raising a neurodiverse child?
Okay, so this is a tricky question. See, mine was a love marriage. Me and my husband have a very good understanding. And when he was diagnosed, the first 1 year, he traveled with us for all the therapies, occupational therapy, horse riding, equine therapy, name it, and we were there for all the therapies. We are cognitive behavior therapy, ABA therapy, speech therapy, communication therapy, oral motor therapy. I don't know, like hundreds of therapies we attended. We tried all the supplements. I've done everything possible on earth to whatever our resources could touch. Then what happened was, whenever we played with Om, like I said, I lost the innocence of a mother. Somewhere my antennas are always up, thinking, how can I teach him? How can I teach him? My brain is always overworking on how to make use of a situation to teach him. Same thing happened with my husband. So we sat and we had a talk. So what my husband said is he will just be a play daddy and I will be his therapist mother.
Mm.
So we marked that thing. So he plays with him like a normal father. He won't say, if I'm talking to Om, I will say, Om, come here, take this, keep it on the table. I will be slow, I will be pausing, I'll be accentuating my words. Whereas he will say, and he mixes Malayalam, Tamil, and English. I'm a Tamilian, he's Malayali. He doesn't care. He just say, Om, ivada varu, he'll mix languages, and Om understood actually eventually. In fact, Om reciprocated and responded better with my husband than to me.
Mm.
So, like, my husband has to earn because therapies are expensive. So, Monday to Friday, he is hands full. I can't blame him. But weekends, he makes it a point to take him out for a walk. He swims with him. He plays with him in the farm. They both go on a separate drive. And that's my free time.
Got it. Yeah.
So, yeah, and I'm a very happy mother. I don't want sympathy. I don't want empathy. So, one thing I did was when Om was diagnosed, the first 1 year, I was embarrassed to take him everywhere, to be frank. Like, if I go to restaurants, people will look at me when he makes weird noises, and I'll be like, oh my God, and I'll be going and saying sorry to them. But from there, I've grown to a mother who walks up and says, he's a special child. Please, can you be a little more accommodative? And trust me, people have been.
Got it.
It's just the ignorance that they might look at it, look at him in an odd way. But once you explain, they are very empathetic and they just do their own business. So
Got it.
I would say stand up for your child. I did all those mistakes when I was young. Please
Yeah.
don't do that. Stand up for your child.
Yeah. 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 And there would have been a time, like you said, one of the parent has to earn. Was that a difficult phase for you to say, I will not be getting into my career phase and maybe I'll have to put up a stop here into thinking on those lines? Because
Uh,
there's a lot of mothers that I've spoken to who've done
yes,
very well, who've studied extremely well and never thought that, life is going to take this turn eventually where they will have to be in a position to choose either the child or the career.
absolutely.
Honestly, I think every mother goes through that. But in this
Mm.
case, in most of the cases, the chances of going back to the career are pretty low. So,
Yes.
how was that? How did you handle? What did you tell yourself?
I was with Star Television. I was earning a fat salary more than my husband, to be frank. This was way back in 2008. 2009, Home was born. I took a sabbatical for 3 years. Right when I was about to join back with a promotion and a hike, he was diagnosed with autism. And it took me 2 years. Like I was like a headless chicken trying to run around. I went into depression. I did a blame game. It's because of you drank alcohol. I was blaming my husband. I was like, maybe I didn't eat well, the self blame, all that. Everybody goes through the phases. First will be like you'll be crying, why God, why me? And then all that. I'm sure all you mothers would have gone through that. But then you come back stronger. And then you'll be like, okay, now I'm done with all the crying and the sympathy victim card. Let me move on. So, yes, it is pinchy. Sometimes when I think of it, my colleagues are earning in like huge packages, like 8 figure packages, 9 figure packages, and I'm here sitting at home. But I started pursuing a lot of hobby. When he's in the therapy, when I know a trusted therapist is there and I don't have much to learn from that particular session, I read books. Then I started writing blogs recently. Recently means my son is 15, so I have some time when he goes to
Yeah.
school. Then I party, I go out with friends, I go on solo trips, I go on group trips. So it's okay if you don't earn, if you're blessed with enough resources financially, great. If
Mhm.
not, you have to balance both, like any struggling mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have an answer to this exactly.
Yeah.
I have what I have done is I'm in a bubble. Let me be happy in a bubble.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not trying to burst the bubble. I didn't think too much because that'll be very depressing.
Yeah. And you touched upon this that you write, Geetha, and I know that you're working on your book, you write a lot of blogs. How does writing help you process these? And this is something that we picked up with the last expert also who came on the session, the special parent who came earlier. She also used to write a journal, and
Mhm.
she said it was a game changer for her. But I want to know from you, how has that changed you? This whole idea of writing, how has that worked on your?
Helps to vent out your emotions.
Mhm.
Not just for me. Like, for example, if I had a bad day with home, the school complained, or he didn't behave well, or some days when I'm PMSing, I'll be so upset. Oh my God, how long will I travel with him? When will I get a break? All this happens. So what I do is I write. I have a diary. I keep writing. And every new year, I go and buy the most expensive diary and the best pen in the world so that I feel like writing, because all those are the perks that you want to pen down. Is like, so I do. I write. The journals helps you to vent out the emotion, and then you're out of it.
Yeah, yeah. I think I like this. I mean, it's like a toy that you're buying for yourself, the best toy. And I think I'll encourage parents. This is something I said last time also, that you should write, you should vent out and not
Yes.
just keep it inside. Let's touch on this part now, Geetha. And you and I have spoken about it, and you sent me some articles also to read
Mhm.
about this whole fight for autism health insurance in India. So,
Okay.
and this is a huge step for families like yours. What motivated you to take this up? What happened that you just felt that, this piece was missing? And what is going on right now? And I think a lot of parents, let's start from the beginning, why it's important. Where did you feel the need suddenly? Why? I don't really see a parent of a younger child talking about it, but I do see a parent of an older child talking about it. So I want the young parents also to know that, this is very important. So let's just
Okay.
speak a little bit about the autism insurance.
Okay, big story. To cut it short, like I said, in 2020, when Mo was 12 or something, he was admitted for pneumonia. The hospital bill came to some 50K or something, and we had a care health insurance, and we've been paying for more than 9, 10 years, and it got rejected, the claim. I was shocked. So when we got to know, they said you did not disclose autism at the time of buying the policy for O. So I'm like, okay, fine. I didn't disclose. It's my mistake. I didn't read all the 100 pages of underwriting rules you all have in fine print. I agree. But now I'm telling you, forget this particular claim, health claim. Going forward, I will submit his certificate. That time UDID was not there. It was all these government certified pediatrics and neurologists who give diagnosis.
Hmm. Geeta, your screen is frozen for a bit.
Proud mother. I did so much with Om. I did this, that. It was a big blow on my face. Then I started researching. I started speaking to senior parents, and I got to know that autism is not covered at all. In 2020, though, nowhere it was covered. Now, yes, few people have come.
Mm-hmm. Let me just text Geeta. She can read.
Hello.
Yeah, your voice and video both were frozen. We can start from the beginning, that when he was admitted for pneumonia and the bill was 50K.
Okay. So he got the bill, the claim got rejected then. I was shocked. So when I asked them why, they said you did not disclose that he had autism at the time of buying the policy.
Yeah.
When I bought the policy, it was around 3.5. Yes, he was diagnosed with autism, but we didn't know that has to be informed. Apparently, there are 10-page fine print underwriting rules, which all insurance have, which none of us, I'm sure, would have read every single line. So
Yeah.
it clearly says it does not cover any mental disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
So they were fair. I did not disclose, so they rejected my claim. Fair enough. So I said, okay, fine, forget this claim. But going forward, I will submit all his medical documents. Can you give me coverage for him? They said no. And they terminated and eliminated his name alone from the family floater policy. Like I said, he's strong, he's young. I know next 20 years he may not need health insurance. But when I read a lot about it, he might have an accident tomorrow. He might be admitted for COVID. He might be admitted for dengue. And my anger was COVID was covered by health insurance overnight without even knowing what was COVID. But why not autism, which has been there for many decades? So I started speaking to IRDAI, which is the Insurance Regulatory Development Authority in India. And I started speaking to Care Health Insurance, the top management. I spoke to a lot of people. Then I realized they were ignorant about autism. In 2016, the PWD Act and the IRDAI Act had pulled out autism from mental illness and told them separately, like cerebral palsy, autism, all that is separate categories, and they have to get covered. The IRDAI rule says it has to get covered, but it is up to the insurance company and the insurance underwriter to design. If you notice, if you have 40 lakhs, you can go buy a car. If you have 10 rupees, you can buy a chips. But insurance is not like that. Even if you give a 1 crore, they will only give you a proposal form. You fill the proposal form, you give it to them. It's up to them to accept or reject it.
Okay.
That's how insurance works. So what I thought is, yes, my husband was working in a corporate insurance is there, no problem. But when we get retired, what will happen?
Yeah.
So, and that time the premium will be fat.
Of
So I spoke to a lot of people. It's a huge topic. It will take 2-3 hours. I've conducted a lot of health insurance. I don't have my presentation right now. I don't want to give the wrong numbers. But yes, health insurance is one of the first financial planning you have to do for your child. The most basic financial planning. So if you're like young, please plan it. As of now, a lot of companies are offering up to 5 lakhs. Since you all have young kids, at least take up the 5 lakhs. Star Health Insurance, Niramaya, a lot of things are there. I can share my email ID or I can send the docket to Vandita and she can share it with all the participants. So there are a lot of people who are giving up to 5 lakhs. But I was not happy with 5 lakhs because insurance agents are knocking our doors and saying, boss, 5 lakhs is not enough. Take a 50 lakhs coverage because medical expenses have the most amount of inflation and 5 lakhs is nothing. You get admitted for pneumonia for 2 days, it's 50K. So I have successfully spoken to Tata AIG through an agent, explained to them what autism is, and told them in case if they have seizures, have a cap on seizures. Like if I'm a diabetic, they will have some cap on my insulin purchase or insulin treatment, the diabetic treatment. Like that, you have a cap on seizures, but then other things like pneumonia, dengue, an accident, normal illness, why don't you get it covered? It's a basic thing that we're asking for. So they've agreed. As of now, Tata AIG, Bajaj Alliance, and ICICI are offering health insurance for autism from 5 lakhs to 1 crore. Please seize the opportunity. Please go get a fat health insurance for your children because after y'all, they may have siblings, they may have caretakers, but this is a very basic need and nobody wants to shell out of their pocket.
Yes.
And remember, your children will be growing old at 40, at 50. They will also have a lot of ailments coming up. So you should be prepared. They won't stay young forever.
Yeah. Last I checked, I think Bajaj Alliance was the only one giving 5 lakh insurance. I think the other two have happened very recently, and parents should definitely check it out. Like I said, no, Geetha, when I speak to younger parents, this topic never comes up because nobody's thinking that much ahead. They're still in the initial phase of figuring out. And
right now you're in the space where you just want to make him talk. You just want to make him survive a day in school. I've sailed the boat, so I understand. But start planning your finances, and in your financial planning, health insurance should be one of the first things.
Of course. I want to end with this, Geetha, and this is, a message from you to other parents that what would you like to say to parents who are just starting on their autism journey, and especially those who are feeling very isolated and uncertain about the future?
Please be selfish, have a life. Your child is just a chapter in your thing. I know children are everything in India and to all our families, even to me, but please don't get sucked into it and burn yourself. It's a long marathon. We have to run till the end of our lives. So please run slowly, take a break whenever required, take care of yourself. My aim is to live 100. I don't know whether I'll hit century, but I'm taking care of myself. Yoga, I hate yoga. So first is your well-being. Next comes your child.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I love what you said in the beginning, and I'm just going to repeat it for the parents that become your child's therapist. Otherwise, you can't just be running behind the therapist in therapy centers. So make use of the opportunity. If somebody is teaching you, you don't need a certification. It's just your child. But
Another thing I want to say is I've met a lot of parents. They think you go to therapy, I'm paying $1,000 per
yeah,
therapy, each therapist thrice a week. She will do magic. No,
yeah, no,
she is just guiding you.
yeah,
Please don't become lazy. Those 3 hours you can't do wonders to the child. You're traveling with the child 8, 9 hours a day. So you have to put to practice what they do it on tabletop into your real routine, daily living activities.
yeah, absolutely. And I think both can go on. That is also something I tell parents. Let the child go to whatever center the child is going, but
And
please learn.
please,
Please,
that's
yeah,
where we learn. The parent also learns what needs to do,
yeah.
what can be the next level. You need a professional help throughout, hand in hand.
Absolutely. If there's any one or two questions, parents, if you have, let's not go into the question which we normally get, मेरा बच्चा अभी बोल नहीं रहा. I don't think गीता के पास उसका आंसर होगा. But if you want some tricks and tips and techniques that उन्होंने कैसे कौन से फेस को मैनेज करा, whatever techniques did she try. शुरू में I think she shared a few techniques which I felt were phenomenal. You can ask this question. And yes, Srabanti, if you want, you can write or wait, I'm asking to unmute you.
If anybody is asking in Hindi, please translate for me.
बिल्कुल. You will have to unmute. मैंने आपको yes, please आप बोलिए question.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Geeta, Shravanti here. So we know each other from past 8+ years, and I mean this whole insurance thing, I was uh, I was quite surprised because as a parent of neurodivergent child, it is shocking news. So I wanted to understand: is the whole thing is also for ADHD kids that they are not giving the cover,
No,
the insurance cover?
not for
Okay.
ADHD, you can get coverage.
Okay, now, in current scenario, this question is for Vandita as well, because you are also an expert. First thing, I forgot to pay the gratitude to both of you for, uh, you know, having this whole podcast where I'm listening to both of you.
Thank you.
Please go save time.
Yeah. So the thing is like now in current scenario when the screen exposures are too much and the things are getting adverse, like an ADHD is having a lot of autism spurts as well. So is there a possibility the insurance can reject your claim saying that your child is autistic? Because my son's shadow, she spoke to the school and shadow teacher. She spoke to the school and said that this child is traveling towards autism. From ADHD, he's traveling towards autism. And that's how the school has the privilege to reject my child's,
Gotcha.
academic year.
Mm.
So is it happens like,
I mean, this is
does it happen?
it's true.
You need to take professional help, get him re-diagnosed again, and whatever the certificate says, that's what the health insurance will accept.
Yeah, Srabanti,
The
I think
certificates,
you're right.
yeah,
It's a gray area. You're right. There is no
yeah,
0 and 1. There's no black and white here. And
yeah,
I feel that, like you said, child was had ADHD. Maybe for some phase of life, he has shown some autistic behavior. He might just come out of it also because he's just in the beginning of the spectrum. Then maybe you'll have to get it reassessed. Yeah, you should. I mean, if you personally feel that how can this just happen? And in India, by the way, this is what I've seen, that these assessments aren't very regulated and standard also. It's very, very subjective because your
that very
assessment is
moment.
being done by a person here. And that
Yeah,
person is barely spending time with the child.
yeah, 3 hours,
Exactly.
3 hours. Yeah,
Whereas this is something I know of Singapore, especially that they spend over a month, 2 months, 3 months. They go to the school with the child. So they try to observe the child in multiple situations to finally conclude after 3, 4 months that the child is in on the spectrum or not. So my only advice will be if the system is so unregulated and subjective, you will also have to choose between so many different assessors and choose the one that fits your case the best. You also will have to
yeah,
work around that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Ashok is asking a question. He's typed it in the chat board. It says when policy gets rejected by underwriter or given with lots of conditions, co-payments, stiff increase in premium, what should be our approach?
See, first you need to be informed about the PWD Act, which is the Disability Act. Please go through it. It's just few pages of brochure, which is downloadable online. Cite all that to them. Be informed so you can ask them questions. And finally, a lot of parents, I have a separate group for health insurance. They got rejected or eliminated. They keep writing to them, citing the IRDA rules, PWD Act, and then finally they have given in the insurance.
Acha.
We need to educate them. We need to push.
That you have any link that whatever link that you're recommending, the PWD link or something that they can go to and read?
I email all that to you, Vandita.
You just send it to me. We'll put it on the
health insurance docket. I will email, so you can share it with all the participants.
Good. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody's appreciating you. Rajeshwari ji is appreciating you. Geetha. Her message is on the chat. She is very thankful that whatever you've explained regarding.
Any important questions, if I can help? I was actually nervous. I've never done a talk before.
No, but trust me, I mean, because I do a lot and I think all these parents listen to a lot. I'm going back with a lot of learning. And I think in my personal experience, maybe that's the kind of person I am. I like things which are quantifiable. So if somebody can tell me hacks and techniques, then what outcome I can expect, then I think I'll work better. So that is why I think I am encouraging parents to
child see what is their interest and use the interest to teach the concepts.
Yeah. Ashok ji, you're now on unmute. If you would want to ask something more, please feel free.
Geetha, when it's with extension of my question about the insurance, can we talk to the underwriters directly? Because what I've seen is, I'm myself a surgeon, and I've seen underwriters are not even MBBS. Most of them are BMS, BHMS, and they have no idea about the autism.
Yes.
So they don't know anything. They just say that this is the mental condition. We should be stopping her. So can we explain through some channel or directly talk to them to explain what autism is? And one thing I know about the autism is no child gets admitted for autism.
Yes.
There's no condition where the child gets admitted for autism. It's only the sometimes comorbidity that is okay. They put that waiting period or something.
The comorbidity, nothing else comes. Autism children generally hale and healthy.
They are supposed to give insurance at par with any other this thing, which I have hardly seen anything that they have given. At present, I am looking for I have not revealed his autism in this thing. His premium is very, very low at this age. He's around 28, 20. But when I ask for this thing, premium is increasing to 3 or 4 fold.
Wow. Okay. See, Tata AIG and ICICI are not increasing the premium. I'm 43, my husband is 47, and my son is 15, and we are paying a premium of 47 or 48,000 per annum for a 50 lakh floating coverage per annum. So I can put you onto the agent who helped me. I'm not recommending or endorsing. Please make a well-informed decision. Please do your own research. And Mr. Shah, coming to your underwriter question, trust me, India needs time to get into that. Right now, I tried, I fought, I've written to all, I've done everything possible. It's very difficult to get the underwriters in a meeting. I did get for, I think, TVS Sundaram and Manipal Health Insurance. I got the underwriters on board for a meeting. But no, like I said, they're ignorant. We need to keep citing the rules, keep writing to them. And one more thing, what happens is, they see, it's always the business is mutual. The insurance companies think autism is minority because we don't have a statistics to prove. Even UDID card, the statistics for autism is very less because a lot of people haven't gone and got it yet. So what they think is, why should we give this minority group? If we can come together and all of us ask for health insurance, all of us write to them from left, right, and center from all the states of India, they will study and they will know, okay, fine, here there is a huge business. Let me start giving them. So all this will happen, but it will take time. See, I've been into this fight for 5 years and already 3 big players are giving up to 1 crore.
Oh, that's amazing, Geetha. Can I just say something, Ashokji, while you're here? So Iyurved is working on a neurodiversity summit, which we plan to do in Feb or March. We were in the morning, we had an internal meeting where we were reviewing the topics. And I think that topics seems to be coming out now only. Why don't we, Geetha, we can connect separately. You know a lot of players. I'm connected to Tata. We can do a roundtable wherein we can try to invite a lot of these insurance players, maybe people from medical side. Probably not today, but maybe after a year of multiple such discussions face to face, something can come out of it. And
Yes.
very happy because we anyways want to do something which is uh, which is where parents are struggling, and I think this seems to be just the right space. So we can connect separately, Geetha, and if needed, Ashokji, you should drop your number. You just
Yeah,
said you're a surgeon, you're going through this. We would love to have parental participation in that because you will have real examples to quote, and we can be connected and we can do some brainstorming and put up a show if it works out. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And Ashokji, you must be in some group. I don't know how you got this link, but if you
Yeah,
have your
I am
number.
in that Geeta's insurance group.
Okay.
Acha,
Okay.
acha, acha, acha. Got it. So if I'll drop a number here where you can probably just drop
Yeah,
your
I'm
contact.
writing here.
Acha. So I think Mehvish wanted to ask a question. You can ask, please.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Geetha ma'am. Hi, Vandita ma'am. I'm from UK. I know it's not regarding about these policies and all, but I have a question. My son, mm, we got a diagnosis, when he was 2.5, 3 years old. From that time, I was working with him, and we got to different therapists. So they were working with him in Dubai. So first we were in Dubai, and then we were working. It was quite going well. But then my husband shifted the job. We moved to UK. In UK, the therapies are very expensive. And, I called the ABA therapist. They were coming home. And, my son was not ready to sit with them. And, he was just crying. And the therapists come and, they just have chit chat and then they go. So then I decided to learn everything by myself and I start working with him. So I start working with him at home, and by doing the online therapies, from my country, the therapist is suggesting me, and then my son start working with him. But by the time the school started, here, so they assess him and they put him into the special school. I know that time my son was really hyper. That time he couldn't sit, but at home I've been working with him with the occupational therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy. Slowly he was improving, plus with the diet as well. Diet, everything. I cut sugar and everything. And then I came to know about this group, in which Vidya mom is doing online therapy, and I joined that group also. So I'm taking the suggestion from them now. Slowly it has been 3 years and he's getting better now. He's getting better now. He sits, he listens to me, he has now words. He was completely non-verbal. He started the sounds, he words. But the problem is, when they diagnose him, they put him into the special school. That special school is for very severe autistic kids. But now, he has come a long way, but he's still in the same school. And the school timings are long. He goes school in the morning, like around 9 o'clock, and come back by 4 o'clock. After 4 o'clock, when he comes home, he had lunch, and then I start with him, with the therapy and all, you
Correct.
know. So after, long day we are doing therapy, and by 9:30, I have to take him to the park, cycling, OT therapy, ABA therapy, I just divide it. But in the morning, again, he's going to that severe autistic school, and he's not learning anything, because whatever I'm teaching, he's just doing. And I talked to the principal there, and I don't know what to do. I hired the lawyer also. She said, if he's learning at home and he's progressing well at home, so you do homeschooling. So now I'm, in the middle what to do, either to send him to the school, because they are not changing him into the
Okay.
mild autistic school. I know he needs the school, he needs the special, because he's happy in the school, but not that severely autistic. Now I'm in the middle of the road, what to do.
Geeta, I'll take one more question because we have only 5 minutes with us. Let Rajeshwari ji and Ambika ji as well share their questions, and then you can probably just collate them and just share your inputs. I know what
Um,
Devi just wanted to share her situation. We may not know so much about what's happening in the UK, but
yeah, I am also in the same boat. I have the same question. I have changed four schools till now. My son is of 6 age. We were in Now we have shifted to Bangalore. Before we were in a very rural area. Now I'm taking him for therapy and all. I stopped the therapy also, but I am in the middle of the thing. Today also I am going home after finishing his therapy. In a normal school, he's not sitting. In special school also, he's not sitting. He's of the same as what previous question was. He's of the mid autism.
Got it.
So he is learning with me. My question is also the same.
Got it. Got it.
To
Yes,
continue homeschooling
if
or
share your number, maybe after what Geetha shares with you, I will have somebody from the team speak to you, some expert guide you.
okay, okay.
We have very limited
Thank
time.
you for this opportunity.
Oh, thank you so much for attending. Ambika, you're on unmute, you can share. And Ashok ji, I've shared the number, your number, and you will get a message from us, then we can connect.
Oh, hello,
Stop.
Vandita ma'am. Hello, everyone. So my question is actually similar to what Rajeshwari ma'am has asked. It's regarding the school actually, because my son is now 6 years old and he doesn't sit actually. The issue is we tried him sending to the preschool, but there he was not. And our agenda was actually basically that he should get mixed up with the other kids. But he was there roaming alone, not mixing up with the other kids. So I was wondering whether in the next year, once he develops a bit of a speech, so shall we send him to the normal school or shall we initiate with this kind of some kind of a special school? And the other question which I wanted to ask is whether there is some kind of a medication that we can give him, like any kind of an Ayurvedic medicines. Is there any that will help him? So
And
these are the two
Rohit,
questions.
you're based out of India?
Yeah, I'm based out of India in Delhi. Ambika is my wife, actually.
Yeah, I could figure that out with the name.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Geetha, based on schooling, whatever has been your experience as a parent and school. Wait. Yeah, I have to unmute you. Whatever has been your experience, you can share. Parents, I have shared a WhatsApp group on the chat. If you can join them, then just text the admin so that we can help you one-on-one with whatever nutrition, Ayurvedic, and therapy. But right now, let's give time to Geetha for her to share her experience about schooling and if that can help you guys. But you can join that group in the meantime.
Parents are very young, you'll be ambitious to send them to normal school, which will give you satisfaction. But think about the academics and the syllabus. Will your child be really able to cope that? Maybe the child will be able to travel till first grade, second grade, maximum third or fourth grade. And then in fifth grade, the child will collapse and they'll be prone to a lot of bullying, and that will, you may think your child is non-verbal, he may not understand the environment. Trust me, our children understand every emotion that is surrounding them. So please do not push the child to be in a normal school. Yes, some children might be high functioning. I'm not talking about those parents, I'm talking about in general. And I understand when you have a special school name, like my son goes to Bethany Special School in Bangalore, which is again for severe children. But it took me 2 years to get out of that ego and get put him into that place, because he's neither here, neither there. Some children are like in between. And unfortunately, we don't have the schools, not just here, I understand, even in the UK. So you do homeschooling, you make a community of parents, all of you come together, go to one house or rent a hall or something, do like a community homeschooling so they have the peer interaction, like-minded parents you get. That's what I used to do with home during summer break. I had 3 4 parents who are similar, like who are like-minded like me, and home had some friends, because social interaction is very important, turn taking, all of that is very important. And go to small pocket schools, it's fine, they just have to get out of the house. The learning has to keep going, it's not the place.
Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rohit. Rajeshwari ji, I will have to ask you for forgiveness. Please join the group. You have some question, send it to our admins. If we can't answer, if it's very specific to Geetha, we will forward it to her. She can take it up. But for today, parents, thank you so much for attending. And just follow her advice. I'm telling you, when parents have done it, they have a lot of experience. They are ahead of us by 10 years. So let's just try as much as possible. And if she can do it, I'm sure everybody can do it. just become your child's therapist is what I will say. It is hard work. Like she said, don't be lazy. I think that's the toughest thing. I try to not be lazy.
Oh, see, when you weave it into the day-to-day work, it won't be difficult, I'm telling you. You don't fold the clothes, make the child fold. Just sit with them.
Of course.
Start with that.
I just want to say it is not about neurodiverse and neurotypical. Let me tell you that I have made my 3-year-old and my 7-year-old, both of them fold clothes, keep their room clean. Even till today, it has become a part of their daily life and they do it. They have no nanny, they have no caretaker. They manage their own room, their clothes, everything by themselves. So please do it. It's a lifestyle for everyone, for us as we grow. So thank you so much. We will come back soon again with another parent like Geetha who will have a lot to share with you. And I will unmute Geetha so that she can say bye-bye to all of you.
For your time. That's all I
Thank you,
can.
Geetha. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Be happy, parents. Bye.
Yeah.